Hello, dear friends. Hello, our partners. Hello, clients of our fund, our company, the movement and community of the New Economic Evolution of the World and Kriptoyunit program. Dear friends, I have a very important message for you right now. At first, I wanted to address the members of the Leadership Council, and I shall. But I'd like to reach out to the entire company because I have two very important things to tell you and one wish. Over the last 2 weeks, we've held a lot of conferences under the title of NEEW, i.e. the New Economic Evolution of the World. Dear friends, I would like to strongly urge all our partners and all those who promote today the new ideology not to use NEEW when naming your conferences. Dear friends, new conferences are held only when the company celebrates its anniversary. We recently had a new conference in Delhi. We will have a conference on NEEW, i.e. the New Economic Evolution of the World, that is the community of consumers, the New Economic Evolution of the World, when we celebrate the 6th-year anniversary to be held in October in Moscow, Russia. As for your weekly NEEW conferences, I'd like to avoid the wearing out of the term NEEW. I would like us to understand a very important thing, that NEEW is an ideology. It's an ideology, not a conference. You can call your conferences Kriptoyunit program, you can call your conferences Genius of Finance, call them business forums. Those who regularly host the game Genius of Finance can call it Genius of Finance Tournament and organize tournaments. But the presentations that we make within Kriptoyunit program and within NEEW should not be named NEEW. Look, we have a lot of room for creativity. And your weekly presentations and regional conferences can be called in different ways. The conference scheduled for this month can be called Make Your Plans for the Year 2020 and make it the best one in your life. How to improve your life in 2020 and make your performance 100 times better. In February, you can call it January Regional Conference, or if it's a regional conference, call it Genius of Finance. Become a genius of finance in your life. But, dear friends, I would like us to spare the name NEEW because NEEW is an ideology. It is an opportunity that we want to give to a huge number of people on the planet, and we're going to hold a new conference only once a year for the anniversary of the company. This is my wish for all our partners who deliver presentations and hold meetings with new partners. And now I would like to make two important announcements. Look, we are 5 years old. Next year, in 2020, we will be 6 years old. And it is important for us to understand what serves us as the entry point. What should be the point of entry for our business? There is such notion as priorities and prioritization. This week, I personally am going to make the first presentation from the Academy of a Private Investor called Genius of Finance. These will be weekly training classes under the umbrella of the Academy of a Private Investor, which I had held from 2011 until September 2014 before establishing SWIG to support Skyway company. And together, we and those who have been with us from day one, from the times of the Academy, have undertaken remarkable work. We have supported Skyway company in the difficult times of 2014. We have boosted its growth. When I met Anatoly Yunitsky, we promoted that technology quite well, including all the people from the Academy of a Private Investor and all newcomers. And one of the main tasks of the Academy of a Private Investor was to educate public on the subject of finance and investment literacy. And Skyway company was joined by quite qualified and skilled investors who are still supporting that technology. In 2020, we are changing our format. We are an educational project, an educational and information project. which enables people to become, for one thing, one of the best investment experts for them personally and their own families. We are now launching training courses of the Academy of a Private Investor, which I will personally deliver every week. It will be a year-long training course. We will have free-for-all meetings. We will have lots of courses aiming to increase the financial literacy of the public. And one of the important tasks that I envision today for 2020 is to focus on creating financially an investment-literate community. What we need to understand is that the game-based training, Genius of Finance, can be an important point of entry. In January, we will start making an inexpensive box version of the game. We have a deluxe version, which costs almost 2,000 units or $2,000. And now we'll have an inexpensive box version and we'll develop a franchise, which will help you take over the markets in different countries of the world through trainings, game-based trainings, Genius of Finance. I want you to understand that it will serve as a point of entry to all markets and above all, a safe point of entry in terms of economic, physical and investment safety and security for you as a speaker and a coach in any country of the world. Naturally, all Genius of Finance game masters will be certified by the Academy of a Private Investor and will receive certificates to hold those trainings and organize games. Classes that will help raise the investment literacy of the public. What is unique about our two important entry products, priority points of entry to the business, namely Genius of Finance and the training course 8 Rules of a Private Investor? Dear friends, I asked all our leaders a question. Have you ever given the training 8 Rules of a Private Investor? Have you ever given gifts? Have you ever explained them in person, the 8 Rules of a Private Investor, for 15-20 minutes? And many leaders say, yes, of course. And I ask, what's their reaction? They say, oh my God, this is very good knowledge. Why nobody gave it to us in the past? If 20 years ago I had known what I know today, what you told me, I would never have lost my money, gone bankrupt, lost my business. That's what many people are saying when they realize the value of 8 Rules of a Private Investor. 8 Rules of a Private Investor can become a gift for many people on the planet. I want to ask you a question, and you give me an answer. Do you know people who invested money to increase their capital and lost that money? I think you know such people. Put down those people on a list and then point out those who invested and lost their money a second time. And then, out of the people who lost their money a second time, point out those who invested and lost money a third time. I'm sure you know such people. Then make a list of the people who invested and lost money 3 times and did it a 4th time. And then make one more list of the people who did it a 5th time. The reason why I'm giving you this assignment is that when you see all those people, you will realize that every person has the need to keep and multiply their capital. But unfortunately, 95% of people do not understand how to do it. The Academy of a Private Investor is intended to teach people how, first, keep their money, multiply it, and third, learn how to make a lot of money. We are teaching every person very important things. First, both the 8 Rules of a Private Investor and the 5 Commandments of a Private Investor teach us how to keep our hard-earned money. Second, they teach us how to invest and multiply our money. And the 5th commandment, if you remember, says, always learn how to earn more. This is the main task of the Academy of a Private Investor. This has been my main mission since before I founded the Academy of a Private Investor in 2011, dear friends. The reason why I'm saying all this is that 8 Rules of a Private Investor is the point of entry and a very good gift that you can make. Look into them yourselves and share them with the people from that list who lost money 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Because when you tell them about the 8 Rules of a Private Investor, they will never lose money again. They will have the right attitude to their money and savings and investments. This is the greatest gift that you can make before and after Christmas and New Year to any person that you know. Give them the 8 rules for free and give them to as many people as possible. The second important point is the game-based training, Genius of Finance. All those who took the training, Genius of Finance, and played other financial games such as Cash Flow or Monopoly, said that Genius of Finance was quite something. It's an incredible game. Within the span of 4 hours, I've lived 10 years of my past life. I saw the mistakes that I've been making for 10 years straight. So, Genius of Finance is the second point of entry, which will allow us to create qualified investors who will strive for knowledge, dear friends. And all of it is practically for free. It is given as a gift, do you see? The most interesting thing is that when people have already started learning about the 8 rules of a private investor and understanding a little bit more about investing, you know what they say? Andrey, can you recommend us an investment project? I want to invest. I've realized my mistakes. I've realized that I need to put aside 10% to protect my money, to keep track of every cent, to know my revenues and expenditures. I've realized how money is multiplied, and now I want to start multiplying it. They themselves will be asking you to tell them about possible investment projects. The reason why I'm calling it a priority is that most people mainly say the following: invest there, invest in Kriptoyunit, invest in that company, invest here and there. They tell people how they are going to receive a profit if they invest $1,000 today and then already in half a year they will be able to sell those investments for $1 million or to receive $100 every month, with the only purpose to lure those people into making a payment. This is not the way to go, dear friends. Through the 8 rules of a private investor, through Genius of Finance, we get people who will themselves ask you to tell them where to invest their money. What I personally do in such cases is tell them to look into additional matters. Tell them, let's draw a balance sheet where you will include all your expenses. I give them a class on how $1 can turn into $1 million. Together, we start keeping accounts, and gradually they purchase more and more courses. And every course that they purchase can include as a bonus gifts from Kriptoyunit program and the company previously known as SWIG and now called TNG NEW, which stands for New Economic Evolution of the World. Dear friends, people can receive bonuses from our company and Kriptoyunit program, but most importantly, they will come for knowledge. This is the first important goal that I wanted to share with you. We need to focus on training private investors, on creating qualified investors. This is the most important task, dear friends. This is what I'm urging you to start doing. And the second important thing, my dear friends, is that the year 2020 has big changes in store for us. We're not giving up on our plans, and on Saturday we are going to hold the first webinar on investing. Under this video, there will be a link to the landing page, where you can sign up to newsletters in English, Italian, Spanish. For now, we have newsletters in 4 languages: Russian, Italian, English and Spanish. In the near future, we are going to translate them into other languages. And starting from this Saturday, and then from the 11th of January every Saturday, I will personally deliver webinars, where I will be joined by many of our leaders who are involved in investing and have achieved positive, incredible investment results. We will be giving those classes in all languages. For now, 4 of them. Later, we'll get more translators for other languages. And you'll have those classes in your back offices. You will receive them live from me and our leaders and our investment experts. On the 28th of December, we are going to have a summary meeting, to which I invite you all. For 3 hours and a half, we are going to have the summary meeting itself, then a break, and then my training for those who want the year 2020 to become the best one so far, to have a performance boost times 100, 500. I will give a class on the sales and promotion techniques in multi-level business. And since we are also engaged in investment activity, you will understand how to promote and sell investment projects in such a way as to have people waiting in line saying they want to invest, and you will tell them, hang on, you haven't yet passed the test. First, take the test, and then you can invest into the closed club, in which I am a member. And I will tell you which closed club you can join to get the biggest and best opportunities our company has to offer for common people. This is the second important chance for you to receive in the next year knowledge and education in investing, and there will be tests at each stage. And the third important thing that I want to tell you is that the goal for 2020 is to create a huge army of investment consultants. A huge army, tens of thousands of genius of finance game masters, and thousands of our investment consultants in all countries of the world, who will educate the global population in financial and investment literacy. Dear friends, I will show you business techniques and will tell you what being an investment consultant means and what kind of money an investment consultant can make from personal coaching and consultations. What I want you to understand is that starting lawyers make $50 to $100 per hour, while starting investment consultants, dear friends, make minimum $150 to $300 per hour. An investment professional who has been consulting other people for a year and a half, 2 years, has the rate of $500 to $1,000 per hour. I'll show you the techniques how you can make that money in investment business by providing consultancy services. Moreover, we are creating a global investment portfolio. Each of you will have your own investment portfolio. You can share your achievements with other people. And Genius of Finance and 8 Rules of a Private Investor will be the entry point for people to be able to make their dreams come true in a very short time. So, my dear friends, this is what I'm going to ask of you. We do not use the term NEEW when naming our conferences. You can host various conferences, business forums, business conferences. It can be educational forums, or they can be called any other name. But conferences on NEEW are held once a year for the anniversary of the company when we celebrate our 6-year, 7-year, 8-year anniversary, dear friends. So now prepare yourselves. The period from the 26th of December to the 10th of January is a very good time to make plans for the next 18-20 years. Very good plans. You'll have 14-15 days for that. When you start making plans on the 26th of December, and we will come back to it on Saturday, when the first webinar on investing will be held, the webinar I, Andreykhovratov, will conduct. I'll show you the action plan for 2020 and what kind of experts and specialists we are going to become. So, dear friends, what I want to wish you is to come to our Saturday's webinar. On the 28th, come to our reporting meeting, where we'll report on our work over the 5-year period. And I will give you a strategic development plan, which will be incorporated into the roadmap and the white paper for the next year. And you will get to know when our token, Kriptoyunit, will be traded in the market next year, and when it will be traded in the market at the price of minimum 50 cents or even $1. All of this will be told at the reporting meeting. I will give you the development strategy until 2024, 2028, 2035. I'll be looking forward to seeing you, and we'll do some good work together. This has been Andreykhovratov. Bye-bye. See you on Saturday.